on it, Mike. What's going on? Instead of me canceling, which I need to, because I just finished, I said, look, I'll just come on for a few minutes, say, hey, I didn't do the other, I didn't do vertical, horizontal, whatever the heck it is, because ain't nobody got time for that drama. You know what I mean? I'm presently in Kansas City, Kansas City, Kansas, or I don't know how the way they say it, but you're out in Kansas. I just dropped off at Unilever. Um, but I get this tired, it gets a little dangerous. I'm like, man, and I did it just right. I was down to 11 minutes, and and I said, you know what? I went on personal convenience. You can do like 26 miles. I had 30 miles. But midnight was approaching. That's when I get my hours back. And I pulled over the side of the road. I had my hours, and I made it here. Um, you know what I mean? In 2026, I got to start working smarter, not harder. I got to start looking at my loads and figuring out how I can get there out with an optimal, with the optimization or whatever, how you say it. I got to figure out how to get there with less drama. Um, my next load, no matter how you put it, I can't make it. And they think they slick. This for the new people. If you got to count out the hours with your fingers, or you can do it in your head or whatever, count them hours out. Because I'm not one. I don't have enough hours to make it tomorrow. It's due actually Thursday, but it's due Thursday at 4 a.m. in the morning, which is totally impossible. Because either way I do it, if I pick up at 11 o'clock, I'll be loaded at 11. It's just the math ain't math, and I can only ride a certain amount of hours. Then I have to do a 10-hour reset. I won't make the 4 o'clock, and it's what you would call it, Walmart. Walmart you can't be late for. Walmart don't be playing. Good morning. Hey, good morning, sister. Yeah, you be late night, so I knew you'd be up. What was your one more thing? Yeah, and you know, I'm to cover myself. I rejected the loan and said why, and then I called it in. So I got two things to do it. They probably give me it anyway and have it drop off somewhere, but I still had to do it that way to cover my backside. You know what I mean? You got to cover yourself, and um, Dr. Pepper. Hey, Mike, you be proud of me. I was giving some plant. There's a guy on Facebook that was He said his plants died. And had to buy some more, and he had all this stuff in the back of the pickup, just pictures of all this stuff. He had, pot and soil and pots and plants, and I was just, I had just gave him I said, I'm gonna give you a little advice. You're gonna have it in the house. Choose between perennial and annual. You know what I mean? And he just wants some plants. And I said perennial and annual. You might want to get a grow light, and you know, um, until you figure out your stuff, certain areas that, like you showed me, certain areas in your house will grow better. Like my avocado tree grows great right near the back door, but now it's getting light from the grow light. You know what I mean? It's because my I got two bananas and two papayas, and they're growing. They're really enjoying it. So I'm going to be looking at seeing when will I need to make the pot bigger, and stuff like that. I know that's right. Merry Christmas. I'm easy to give to too. Anything that has to do with yard stuff. Don't switch up. If you ask me what I want, that's what I want. I've been wanting this scarifier slash um, uh, not scarifier and dethatcher. Well, my wife, she went, instead of getting me what I wanted, she went to Home Depot and got this big thingamabob. I put it together, never used it. Um, that's not what I wanted. I wanted the smaller one. And it turns out I was right, because the grass that I get, if you use the other one that she got me, it'll tear it up. You got to have this one for the scarifier to get into the roots or whatever. Exactly. That's all I wanted. Or get me some sod. St. Augustine or St. Augustine or Zenith or Xeon Zoysia or grass seed. But I got enough grass seed. I mean, these are the things that I want. Um, and any parts for what my real mowers, because I'm trying to get them, put them back together, but I'm not going to be able to really do anything till after February. Um, till after February, that's when I'm going to be able to do anything. And I'm not complaining. This is first world problems. You know what I mean? I mean, and literally, I was looking back at the video I did about where I passed by where accident I almost lost my life. That was the beginning of my new life. I had to wipe everything off he had to take everything from me, because my whole life was in that truck that burnt up, for me to figure out that's really not what I want or what I wanted. It didn't feel good at the time, but I had to go through that. People think you got to go through specific stuff that they think. No, I had to go through what I went through. You know what I mean? You got to go through what you go through. You know what you're going to go through. That's just how it is. You know what I mean? And everybody don't like it, but I mean it's gotta happen, which sucks. You know. but I made it, and I'm right now. I'm like, I'm so awake. I'm tired. Isn't that crazy? I'm so awake. I'm tired. I wish I had. Now I found out that the stevia or whatever that sugar is worse. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try that monk fruit. I'm gonna. I just made me some herbal tea. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna drink that and this diet Dr Pepper, and then head to bed. I don't think I'm gonna need anything to go to bed, but I'm good. I think I did about 2,400 miles this week. I would love to have a 3,000 mile week, but they're rarity. I'm hoping I still got this load and they'll let me drop it off in Indianapolis. But we'll see. We'll see what mood they in. Maybe they'll have me drop it off in Indianapolis or what you call it. Well, one of them was saying that it actually makes it worse. I think it's stevia or the other one. And I don't look. I don't want to make it worse. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to make my situation worse. Monk fruit is the same as stevia. You know what? I'll just start drinking stuff plain. You know what I mean? Um, I thought I was doing myself good by these sugar alternatives, and they're saying everything is worse. I don't want worse. I don't even know what I want. I don't want worse. You know what I mean? I don't want worse. It's all these chemicals. These people, they should be prosecuted for poisoning us. And then you wonder why you have cancer and growths out the side of your neck and everything else. Jesus. Really. Oh man. Over the road has changed a bit. They've built up some stuff. Like I just came through Kansas um Kansas toll road, and they had truck stop. They had actually truck stops on on in the rest area, and I was like, wow, that's an upgrade. Pretty cool. Oh, that's pretty cool. Um, I'm there's a few things I need to buy because I'm getting tired of getting on the ladder. Um, I'm gonna keep the until I can figure out when I'm getting home and so forth and so on. I'm gonna keep the the guys that come and clean my gutters, but I'm gonna try to make it sure that I'm home at either the end of the month or the first of the month, and they have like a a connection that goes onto my power washer. It goes like 20 feet up in the air, and I'm gonna be make sure I just keep my front clean. Um, and I found a new electric power washer that is 4,000 psi. I don't believe it, but it's only $100, which I don't believe that. I think that, but I'm gonna get it because I need a little bit more. Because the one I got right now is 2,500. I need the 4,000 so I can keep the sidewalk in the driveway clean. Those are the things that keeps the HOA off my neck. You know what I mean? Um, Also, what I'm gonna try to do is each time I come home, I'm gonna get a railroad ties. That's my retaining wall. I gotta start working on that. It's been years and I just ain't really been doing it. To I gotta get back on my DIY um work. The missus has got us set up for to do certain things when but I gotta mix it in there. I gotta get it in there because my DIY, even though it's cleaning and fixing the house, it also is my mental repair kit. After being out here and doing all this stuff, that's what makes me feel good is that. And I just I need to start penciling it in again. You know what I mean? We'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. But I'm going to next couple of days put down in writing what I want to do for 2026. And I need to just not go haywire with it, but something that's affordable, like, pay off minimum 3 credit cards. Start stacking up the wood I'm going to need for my retaining wall. Keep up with the HOA so we don't have to do, it's just stuff like that. Um, I think I'm going to go ahead and buy a 360 camera. I'm going to buy a 360 camera and then I'm going to get a 5K. But I'm going to donate the 5K to my pastor friend for his church. Because they're like 100 hundreds and some change. But right now, 100 and some change is a lot of money. See, this is all talk, but I'm just trying to get it out of my head. You know what I mean? I'm just trying to get it out of my head. Um, are you guys gonna do the the whatchamacallit's up to a billion in something? Is it the Powerball or whatever? Um, I was just hoping that one ticket I bought, but I'm gonna buy a few more tickets. Maybe maybe get lucky. If it's so stupid. Everybody, everybody was with uh oh, I get this if I won, $1 billion. I was just thinking if I won, I'd buy me another lawnmower, maybe a bobcat, a bobcat stand on zero turn. I'd buy me another lawnmower. I'd buy me another lawnmower. I kid you not, and I'd be content. I buy another lawnmower and maybe an F-350. I probably might just get one used, but I want an. I've always wanted an F-350 long bed. It's probably because my father had one. So when you're a son, you want to be like your father. Um, I would get me an F-350 long bed, and maybe I don't know if y'all see it. They have it's legal. It's a legal. It's like a legal lottery, but you got to buy something. You could buy a keychain, a T-shirt, and I ain't got no problem getting T-shirts anyway. But then you're put into the lottery and you could win um, an F-350, a gooseneck trailer, and a skid steer. And it's all like it's all painted the same color. Yeah, it's like a one in a million chance, but I want to do that. I just the DIY part of it has changed my life. I don't want to get emotional, but it's enjoyable knowing to have purpose and say, well, I got to get this done. I got to do this. I got to do this. I got to get this. Um, I am very thankful for that. It gives me a reason, and I think God knew I needed something like that. You know what I mean? I really do. I really think He knew I needed something like this. It's just like um, sifting the soil. th- everybody has something, and a lot of people make fun of each other, but I'm not making fun of nobody because now I know. Now I get it. I was like, well, why? I say, why are they always doing that? It's where they find peace, and it's like today I had to figure out how I was going to get this load there and not cancel or reschedule, and I figured it out. Yeah, it in 11 years ago it wasn't a healthy thing. I'm not admitting to nothing, but 11 years ago it wasn't a healthy thing. You know, now it's a healthy obsession. Just say it that way. Um, I just want to enjoy the time I have. I mean, I ain't going nowhere, but I just want to enjoy the time I have. And I'm very thankful for all the situations that is a part of it. You know what I mean? Like I'm freaking dead tired right now, and I think I'm gonna, I'm going to go ahead and take my behind bed. That's what I'm gonna do. I will see you guys Thursday, because technically it is Wednesday. So I will see you guys Thursday, and I just wanted to come on for a minute instead of just canceling. And because y'all don't know what I'm going to do, and y'all didn't know I had to drop this load off at midnight and all this other stuff. And but uh, and since I'm in Central, I'd have to get up an hour early, like an hour and a half early. Nah, I need to get some sleep because I got to get with the next one. So yeah, appreciate you. All right, guys. If as always, think nobody loves you. No, I love you, and God loves you. Y'all have a blessed the rest of your day, because the beginning of the day, and I will see you guys Thursday. Deuces. Thanks for listening for a minute.